Good morning. We'll continue writing the context-free grammar for various languages. Suppose the language is strings of A's and B's containing equal number of A's and B's. So here I can write the grammar productions as S derives A as B. So that is for every A I should have B, or for every B I should have A. Then if I have one palindrome followed by another palindrome, then I should be able to generate that also. So by using S derives SS, and empty string is also an element of this language, so it is empty string is also a production. Next is A per n, B per n greater than or equal to 0. So here for every A I should have a corresponding B. So S derives A as B, and n is greater than or equal to 0. So empty string is also belongs to the language. If suppose n is greater than or equal to 1, then my empty string will be replaced by AB. Next is L8 is equal to A per n, B per m, C per m. So you can observe the number of A's is not dependent on the B's and C's counter. So it is independent. So using S derives AB, so I can generate A production will generate any number of A's, and here the condition is that there should be at least one A and one pair of B and C. So it is A and BC. So using a capital B production, I will be generating BC, BC, BC. So once if I generate, so if I want to generate one BC, I can directly take B derives BC. If I want to generate B square C square, first I start with B derives BB, and then for this B I replace again BBC, and then at the end I will be replacing by BC. So this is how I can generate any number of equal B's and C's. Next, A per n, B per m, C per n. So you can observe A's and C's should have same number. B can be anything. So here I can write this production as S derives AC here, and for generating the intermediate A and C, I will be using this. And once the A's and C's are completely generated, now by using B production I can generate any number of B's. So the productions will be S derives A capital AC and A derives AAC. So to generate these last A and C, and once these A's and C's are generated, I can replace this A by B, where I use this B production to generate any number of B's. And since here both n and m are greater than or equal to 1, I have B here, the production. Next is A per n, B per m, C per n. Here the condition is n can be 0 and m should be greater than or equal to 1. So at that time what changes you can observe here. S derives ASC or A, because since n can be 0, so I can directly have only B's, which is allowed in this language. So I can start with S derives A, and A contains any number of B's. Only B's is also belongs to the language, whereas here there should be at least one A, so I have to start with this. Next is A per n, B per n, C power m. So A, B count should be same, and C could have any number of C's. So for generating A's and B's together, I use A production, and for generating C's I use B production. So S derives AB. So A derives AB. So this will generate any number of A per n, B per n. And since it is greater than or equal to 1, so it is AB. If it is equal to 0, then this will be epsilon. And C is here generated by using B production. That is B derives, just a minute, and B production should be B derives CB or C. Again here, because your m should be greater than or equal to 1, it has to be C. If it is 0, then it will be empty also, epsilon. Next, A per n, B per n, m greater than or equal to C per m, nm greater than or equal to 1. So again the same way here, you can go on. Next is m greater than or equal to 0, and here it has to be n. Here the condition is varied from the previous, that is nm previously it was greater than or equal to 1, so here it is greater than or equal to 0, so they are replaced by, here previously it was AB, so now it is replaced by epsilon, and here it was C, it was replaced by epsilon. So now here the 13th one is m greater than or equal to 0, n greater than or equal to 1, and p greater than or equal to 2. So what is the minimum string is m can be 0, so epsilon, n should be 1, so it is b, and p has to be greater than or equal to 2, so it is the bcc. So S derives bcc is the minimum string. Next, m can be any number of a, so it will be generated by a, and n can be greater than or equal to 1. 1 is already there, so now you can write this as b, and p should be greater than or equal to 2. So c's are generated by c production, so this will be the production. So a derives a will generate any number of a's, b derives bb with at least one b will be generated by b, and c derives c and capital C, or it will be minimum 2, so it is cc. So these are set of the productions for the required language. Next you can observe here a power n, d power n, b power m, c power m. So you can observe here inside this you have this. So a, s, d, so to generate outer this, or if you want only, because here n can be 0, so you can directly go for a, where you generate the only inside part, bc. So where a derives b and b derives bc or bc, or you can, if you have e and d, you can use a derives ad and any number of e's and d's, and once that is generated, so inside you can generate by using b production. So b derives bbc or bc. Next you can observe here they are neighbors, the powers are same here. So s derives ab, a will generate the first part, b will generate the second part. So this a will be aab or b or epsilon. So where b is nothing but c and d will be generated by this productions, and accordingly n greater than 0, so a can be empty, and the cd count should be at least 1, so it is cd. Next language you can observe a power n, b power m plus n, c power m. So this is nothing but, if I expand this b power m and b power m, n and m, I will so this is like your previous example, but the condition only changes here, both n and m are greater than or equal to 1. So instead of epsilon I write it as minimum string is ab, the rest all will be the same, but previously it was c and d, now it is ab and bc. So these are the symbols you have to verify here. So a per n, b per n I will generate by using a production, b per m, c per m I generate using the b production. So s derives aab or b or ab, b derives b capital BC or BC. Next is the union of two languages. So if that is the case, you start with s derives ab or c. So where the first language is generated by this and the second language is generated by this, and make it an OR. So we'll stop for here and see the derivation thing in the next video.